The Ghost Operative Sniper modded class is awesome at sort of like stealthing, go invisible, you can have a smaller version of Misty Step. It's really fun. So we're going to go over it level by level, commentary on all the items you could need. So of course we start with the Sniper modded class. This brings Sniper Shot as a cantrip. So fire a shot and deal 3 to 12 piercing damage. Cannot be used on targets that are too close. We gain Magical Sniper. You can fire your Magical Sniper when equipped with a ranged weapon. And Long Shot. You do an additional 2 force damage to far away targets, but cannot hit targets at close range with your sniper shots. We got the ability points, so we've got 8 strength, 16 dex, 16 constitution, 10 intelligence, 10 wisdom, and 14 charisma. For efficiency wise, take whatever fits your roleplay. Sniper level 2 brings a reload, regain 1 ammo, regained ammo scales with your level. So for your big attacks like the fragmented attack you're going to see, this uses ammo, kind of like spell slots. So you can use your action and bonus action to reload these. It does kind of waste a turn, and your main sniper shot, the cantrip, you don't need ammo for. But if you want to do your big attacks, you do need your ammo for it. Sniper level 3 brings Take Aim. So take aim and prepare yourself. In your next turn you deal bonus damage but lose your movement. You lose all your movement once taking aim. Sniper level 4 brings our first feat and steady aim. If you didn't move last turn, your next attack deals an additional 1 to 4 force damage. For your ability improvement, we're going to take our dex from 16 to 18. Sniper level 5 brings our specialization, and for this we are the Ghost Operative. This brings cover ops, so if you didn't move last turn, you become invisible at the start of your turn. Huge way of getting around the battlefield undetected, or ensuring enemies can't see you to hit you. And Ghost Step. Hide in the shadows and teleport to an unoccupied space you can see as a bonus action and uses ammo, but this is awesome if enemies get too close, you can dip out of the way. Sniper level 6 brings Throwing Net. Throw a net to ensnare your target, helping the target freeze them from the net. And Smoke Bomb. This is a concentration based ability, but you can stand within it, and essentially we can't be blinded thanks to the equipment we're using, and it's a nice way of just ensuring enemies target other people. Sniper level 7 brings Sniper Focus. Deal an additional 1 to 6 force damage if you haven't moved before attacking. Sniper level 8 brings a new feat, as well as Silent Takedown. So after your next attack, you immediately become invisible. So a nice way of using your bonus action and a bit of ammo that if you do want to be invisible, you can take an attack and then no one can see you. For your ability improvement, we are going to bump our dex up to 20. Sniper level 9 brings Fragmentation Shot. Fire explosive shots at 3 targets and deal 4 to 24 fire damage. Cannot be used on targets that are too close. So this is basically like a raise of fire but through sniper essentially. It's a really fun ability. Sniper level 10 brings Survival Instinct, meaning if we take damage we have a 25% chance to become invisible. Sniper level 11 brings Armor Piercing Rounds, which means as a bonus action we can make sure our next attack will reduce the target's AC by 5. This is awesome on like big bosses like Gortash or in that sort of thing. Sniper level 12, our final level, brings our final feat and Execution Shot. Fire a shot and deal 6 to 36 piercing damage, deals bonus damage when the target is below 50% maximum HP. And for a feat, we're going to take Sharpshooter. Sharpshooter means that we won't be penalised by high ground rules. We'll also be able to take a -5 attack penalty for a solid 10 additional damage, which is a huge boost. Let's go over the equipment, and we start with Savrock's Horned Helmet. This will give you dark vision up to 3 meters or 15 if we have it, as well as reduce our critical number from a 20 to a 19. We cannot be frightened or afflicted with the other emotion altering conditions, and Constitution saving throws +1. For a cloak, we're going to take the Cloak of Displacement. So at the beginning of our wearer's turn, this will activate, granting enemies disadvantage on attack rolls that target the wearer. This will last until we take damage. We can take the Disintegrating Nightwalkers, so we cannot be enwebbed, entangled, or ensnared, or slip on ice or grease, and have a use of Misty Step. The Armour of Agility, or any medium armour that has exotic materials. This will allow you to add your full dex modifier of a +5 to your armour class, and a saving throws +2. For gloves, the Legacy of Masters is my choice, +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls with weapons, strength saving throws +1. You could also take the Flawed Helldust Gloves to give you a 1 to 6 fire damage on your weapon attacks. The Eversight Ring, so we can't be blinded, meaning we can stand within our smoke cloud. The Caustic Band, so we deal an additional 2 solid acid damage. The Surgeon Subjugation Amulet, because we're reducing our critical number, this just makes sense. Once per long rest when storing a critical hit on a humanoid, we can paralyze them for 2 turns. And then finally the dead shot. So another improved critical. This will reduce our critical now from a 19 to an 18. And we double our proficiency bonus when rolling ranged weapon attacks with this weapon. So that is the build. Let's go find some combat and check it out. Okay, we are in the combat. You can see we're right up the top of the turn order thanks to that high dex. And now it's our turn. So we're going to do a very base sniper shot. But to do this, we're also going to do armor piercing rounds. So this is going to reduce the enemy target's AC by 5 on our next attack. And we'll just shoot the barbarian. So we'll take our sniper shot. They're at the right distance, and there you go. And we scored a crit, meaning we can also paralyze them. So now they're paralyzed, have reduced armor and AC of 5, and we took out half their hit pool. And because we attacked, you can see we've gone invisible. And you see 2 big misses on us. Okay, now because we're invisible, what we're going to do is we're going to use our bonus action, and we're going to Misty Step to get to some high ground. So we'll come up here. And because of this, we now have pretty good range on most enemies. So let's do our fragmented shot. And like I said, this is just like rays of fire. Okay, we had to move slightly, but now let's do our fragmentation shot. So let's target the enemies. We'll do 1 on them. Can we see this one? They're too close. So we'll do 2 on this one, and then we can hit the enemy down here too. And there you go, you'll see we did a huge amount of damage to each enemy here. Okay, it's time for our next turn, so we are going to set ourselves up. And to do this, we are going to do take aim, which is just here. So this means we burn this turn, but on our next turn, if we don't move, and we lose our movement to be honest, we get extra damage. So let's do that. Okay, you can see once again we started our turn invisible, so now let's do our sniper shot. We're going to have the increased damage. As you can see, we did 75 damage to the enemy and just outright annihilated them. Now because we did that, we can teleport if we want to, so we could do a ghost step and we can teleport to another area. So where can we go where we can see some enemies? We'll pop down here to the bottom. And now we've got a good line of sight on these guys down here. Okay, you can see we got the enemy here and they have the armor broken. So we are going to do our execution. So execution shot, 6 to 36 piercing damage and bonus damage when the target's below 50% maximum health, which this enemy is. And there you go, we wipe them out with a huge hit. If we come to our examine, or our battle log maybe, see how much damage we actually did then. We did 16 plus 9 plus 11 plus 11, so a pretty hefty amount. Now you see the little blue symbols on our bar, that is our ammo. So we need to refresh that if we want to do some abilities. For example, things like execution shot cost 3, so you don't have enough. But things like fragmentation, we do. So to replenish this, we do have to burn our action and bonus action and do a reload. And at level 12, this will regain 3 of them, as you can see here. Once again, we can use a ghost step, so we can bonus action, ghost step to higher ground. We can come like here. And that sets us up on the high ground once again, and then we can snipe a shot these enemies, just like that. We've also got the range now, we can also hit this one from afar. So once again we can do our shots from up here, so let's do another execution shot. And we'll target good old Skeeve down here. Now we're not going to get the extra damage, but we did land a big critical hit and wipe out over 50 HP. And we'll run back here, ready to shoot this guy next turn. So we're going to show the difference between the normal shots and the cantrip. If we do a normal shot on the enemy here, good old Sparks, you can see big amount of damage. We've also got extra force damage and we benefit from the acid damage of our ring. Okay, we've placed ourselves over here, and so let's do, when it loads, our sniper shot. So you can see the difference in damage. We'll target Sledge here, and again, very similar damage, but we don't get the acid damage from the ring, so just bear that in mind. So that is the Ghost Operative Sniper. It's a little different to the Deadeye Marksman in terms of it's less about critical hits and it's more about maneuverability, not being seen, but overall it is just as fun. So So really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, drop me a like and let me know in the comments what you change about this, any new items, all that sort of stuff. If you aren't already, please subscribe to the channel for more. I've got more guides to Baldur's Gate, to Elden Ring, Path of Exile, Dragon Age, Expedition 33, all the amazing RPGs you could ever need. And hopefully, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.